Welcome, Carm Capriotto, the Service Aftermarkets podcast pioneer with the gold standard of aftermarket business podcasts. Join me for Aftermarket Insights as we advance the aftermarket. And as always, know that you'll learn just one thing. Find us on your favorite podcast listening app and RemarkableResults.biz or on my YouTube channel.
Welcome, everyone, to Remarkable Results Radio Podcast. Guess what? I'm your host today. It's me. It's Tracy Capriotto, Carm's daughter. Today, I have the privilege to be on a podcast with my great friend, Sara Frazier. She is the VP of Business Development and Client Services with her father, Bill Haas, at Haas Performance Consulting. Sara, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me, Tracy. I'm really excited to chat with you today as we are heading into September, and you know what that means. Conference season is upon us. It has been far too long since I've seen you in person. I am so ready to actually physically be next to you and all of our work friends. But with that, with conference season coming up, there's a lot of planning that goes into travel and all the things that we do. And I think this is a conversation we've had for a while that we thought, hey, I wonder if anyone else would like to hear some tips and tricks about the things we've learned over the years with travel.
And the travel game is something very new to me. So I really have not had a ton of experience traveling by myself or traveling for work in this capacity. So I really started out with just my usual kind of travel stuff. But the more we started traveling, the more I realized, okay, there are some key things that I do need to bring. And I really feel like this has been like a couple year long discovery with people like you, where I can talk to girls and the women in the industry and say, okay, what do you guys do for this? Because, I mean, we work with our dads. Don't ask them for travel advice. They will have none. And also, you know, we always hear do you need to bring that much stuff?
Oh my gosh. How many nights are you staying for? I thought we're only here for 3 nights.
I know. And I say, listen, it doesn't matter if I'm staying for a week or an overnight. I'm still having 50 pounds of luggage coming with me anyways. So yep. Sara and I are going to kind of talk about our travel tips and tricks. Now, we are also saying this we understand that there are people that can travel without any of this stuff. And you absolutely can. But if you're kind of like us that like your stuff and like the amenities, and also conference traveling is hard. You have long days. And when you travel a couple times a month, it is beneficial to invest in better products to make your travel life a little easier.
I could not agree more. And I think some of the stuff we're going to talk about might be a little bit more girl specific, but some of the stuff is for everybody as well. Things that we've just learned or that we bring with us or that maybe you discover on a trip. Man, I really wish I would have packed that and I didn't. And how we make, especially when we're going to these events where sometimes you don't get a lot of sleep. Right? We're going from being in a booth all day to teaching classes to going to events to sitting at the bar and having long conversations with people we only get to see a couple times a year. Before you know it, it's 2 a.m. You're going to bed and you have to be up at 6. The more comfortable you can be, the more necessities you can have to get you through. Or maybe you're wiser than us and you go to bed by 10 o'clock at night and you don't have to worry about having bags under your eyes the next morning. But there are some things that I've, just picked up over the years of going, oh, this would make my life a little bit easier if I had that. So, and Tracy and I have been really good friends and we have a lot of conversations on Snapchat when we're getting ready to go on trips and stuff. And so we're always learning from each other going oh, you do that? I would have never thought about that. And so we just thought, hey, let's have a conversation and hopefully you can take something away from this.
And if you're a guy listening, please keep listening because maybe you'll have a different perspective on a spouse and their packing and you won't say the things like, do you really need that? Because, hey, women and men, they're different. I'm sorry. A PSA to everyone that doesn't know, we're different, okay? And so our needs are different. And so it's just what happens. So let us
Yes.
bring our stuff that makes us feel comfortable because we're away from home and we're kind of homebodies.
And do I need 7 pairs of shoes for 3 days? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do. And I can tell you exactly why.
Exactly.
Well, I've got a whole basket of goodies in front of me. Should we get into a couple of things?
Let's do it. You start. What do you got?
Okay. This is one of my favorite things is emergency crystals. So when I'm at home, a lot of times I'll take these emergency packets. But these, you don't need to mix with water. It's just a little thing that you pop in your mouth, and it's like Pop Rocks. I don't know.
I have not seen the crystal form, so this is new to me.
I've seen them at Target, and I think you can also get them on Amazon, but I do not travel without these anymore. I take them every day when I travel. I also take an elderberry supplement every day. I don't have that in front of me right now, but that's just something I take every day anyway for immune support. But when we're traveling during conference season, especially September, October, November, we're heading into that winter season. Germs are abound. Like, getting sick is something that happens to me very easily. I live in Wisconsin. It's cold. I feel like sometimes I'm sick all winter long. And so especially with traveling, I do everything I can to get my immune system strong, take supplements, take vitamins, and do all of that. So when I found these that I didn't have to mix with water, I was like, for travel, perfect.
All right. I like that. Keep going. What else you got in your basket?
All right. So I was talking about not getting a lot of sleep, having bags under your eyes. So I bring eye patches with me. These are my favorite.
Do you wear those at night or in the morning?
In the morning. So when I wake up in the morning, I'll take a shower and then I'll put these on while I'm maybe doing, before I do my makeup. So while I'm doing my hair or if I'm checking emails, I'll wear these for about 20 minutes in the morning. So this is my favorite brand. I find these at Target. This is Holler and Glow, but I've also I got this really large pack from, Amazon, and these are pretty good too. That's so interesting how where it's gold, you can see the background. And I've got a couple other ones. They're all pretty decent. But yeah, I find having eye patches big help with not having bags under my eyes when I'm going on 3 hours of sleep, because somebody asked me to be a member of the 3 a.m. club and stay with her till she could get on her airplane in the morning.
Listen, it's tradition. You can't deviate from tradition at Vision.
Nope, not at all.
All right, I will add one of these in. So if you're a millennial and you have, a bad back, like me, I live on these Salon Paws. So they're heat patches. If you have a bad shoulder, a bad knee, they're great. Now, I have 3 different variety depending on the severity of pain that I'm in. So I would suggest this as your beginner. The gel one is really great for more of an all-day use. And the hot one is when you really need help. So I keep these in my luggage, actually. So I always have a set if I need them. So it's just a hack. Long days, like we said. My back, I've had issues with my lower back, so a lot of times I will have to patch up and wear them, and that's something that when I was at my first conference, I didn't have anything. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, it's a lot. Especially you and I, we work from home. We're not standing in heels all day. We're not walking around all day. And then you go from that to a lot of movement and a lot of standing. And I also have back issues, so I'm with you on that. I've never tried those. I'm very interested to try them. There's also one I've been looking at, which is called the Jovi patch. Are you familiar with that? Mm-hmm. It's a reusable patch, but it is expensive. So I have not made the investment, but of course everyone on Instagram talks about how amazing it is, but they're all influencers. So it's you're getting paid to talk about how good it is. So I'd love to, if anybody watching this uses that and actually loves it, let me know. But I will show you some things I do for back pain. So I also bring a couple of things because of back pain. And so I use biofreeze. This is the roll-on. So I'll put this on before I go to bed. And then I also bring my massage gun, which does take up a lot of space in the suitcase. So if it's a short trip where I know I'm not going to be doing a ton of walking, I don't pack this, but Apex, Vegas, absolutely, I bring this with me. It comes in handy.
That's a good idea. You have a better version of this, but if I do have the space, I love to bring my steamer because A, I'm not great at ironing. B, hotel irons suck. I'm sorry. Why do they always smell? They always smell terrible. You have to bring out the big ironing board. You look at it and it's disgusting. So I end up bringing a steamer and it's way easier. If you've never used a steamer, you won't go back. It's way easier to steam clothes than an iron. So this is mine. I would say though, it's a little big. So the handle does make it a little big, but it's something if I do have the space, I always take it.
So I've got mine sitting here as well. I think you actually influenced me to get a steamer. And mine was from Amazon. It's nice and small, but it does have a handle. It just pops out.
I like that.
So I have that, but you want to know a secret? I do not know how to iron. I don't know how to iron. Like, I've never learned. It's never been something I've needed to do. I like to buy fabrics that don't wrinkle, but of course, that's not always the case. So, before I used a steamer, I used this wrinkle release where you just like
I
spray it on clothes and stretch it out. It works okay. The steamer is way better. The steamer is way better. Like, I don't even really travel with this anymore, but I had it in here to show one other thing that I've started traveling with that I can't travel without, which are these bottle covers. And they just go over anything that you have that's liquid so that if it like leaks, it doesn't spill out. And they come in all different sizes. Like, I've got one here on a shampoo bottle. Oh, maybe you can't see it.
Those are a game changer. You showed those to me recently. I am going to order them for the conferences in September because our dialogue started with me saying, how come everything like explodes when I travel? So my makeup, especially, I was having such a hard time with my makeup exploding. A, the foundation would explode every single time. And then B, what I have had happen is my eyeshadow completely destroyed. I dropped it actually on the Carm cruise. It shattered. And so now I have like the powder that's just loose. I've tried stamping it down, but now I realize, okay, the makeup bag that I am using that I've had for, I don't know, 10 years, I probably got it for $4.99 at Target. And that's all I've traveled with was that, but it was not secure in my bag. And I also think because there was stuff moving around, it would get squished a lot. So I was chatting with you about that, and you have the ultimate makeup bag.
I do, but mine's like full and crammed and kind of it's been used, you know. So you went and ordered one, so I'll let you show the nice pretty new one.
Okay, how cute is this? First of all, they have a lot of patterns. This is super cute. And then the best part is look at the bottom. The bottom is flat. So it just opens and it sits, which is a huge game changer. I've been living my life with my makeup bag flopping all around the bathroom or my luggage or the hotel room. The fact that it sits and then it opens like that, I am so excited for this. This is keeping me alive right now through my summer. I'm sorry.
Well, and it's so nice too because it lays open that you're not like digging through there trying to find your eyeliner. Like it's easy to see everything, yet it still closes nicely and compact. I bring smaller palettes with me, so I'm able to fit them in there. It has a nice little zipper pocket in the middle that I keep like Q-tips and extra contacts and stuff in. And it's just, I use it as my everyday makeup bag now. It's not even just when I travel. It's on my vanity. It's where most of my makeup just lives. So that has been a game changer for sure. So speaking of makeup, have you ever been traveling and like you're doing your makeup and you don't realize that you got mascara or lipstick or something on your finger, and then you touch your white shirt that you just put on and now you have this makeup stain on your clothes, and it's really hard to get lipstick and eyeshadow or coffee, or I am prone to spilling anything. This is, I really shouldn't be a red wine drinker, but I am. I've spilled red wine on more carpets than I want to talk about. But anyway, I now travel with this stain remover.
Oh.
It's called Miss Mouth's Messy Eater Stain Treater. I discovered this from an influencer online who uses it because she has kids and dogs, and so she uses it on furniture and all this stuff. And so I bought it, and it's not too expensive. I think Amazon again. This stuff is amazing. I have used this so much since I bought it, just with having dogs in the house, with traveling, spilling coffee on something. I don't know if they make it. No, you can't really see it. I don't know if they make it in a travel size. Like, this is definitely would be something you'd have to put in your checked bag, not a carry-on. If they do make it in a travel size, I definitely need to get some because this is amazing.
Now, is that kind of like I do travel with a Tide to go pen. So is that aerosol spray?
No, it's just like hairspray.
No, you spray it on. Do you have to like wipe it then?
Yep. So you spray it on. You can leave it for a little bit, but like if you're in a hurry, I just wipe it right away. Like, I was wearing a white tank top the other day. Of course, I spilled coffee on it as I'm literally about to walk out the door. So I sprayed this on it and then just took a towel and like scrubbed it, and it was like magic. We should also say we're not sponsored or getting anything for talking about these products. These are just literally things that we have picked up and we love and we use. This has been a game changer for me. I have my best friend's about to have a baby. I'm like, she's going to get fully stocked with this at her baby shower. This stuff is phenomenal. I've never used the Tide pen, so I don't really know
I love the Tide pen. It's small though, so you only have X amount of uses and it's liquid inside, but it comes out like a felt pen and you kind of dab it on and it has like a little felt tip that you use to kind of rub it around and then it'll usually take it out. So, but I'm interested
Nice.
in seeing that size because that would be a lot easier, I think, to use than using actual liquid. Like when it comes out, it's liquid.
Yeah.
All right, this made the list. I mean, nail files. A nail file you always have to have, no matter what you're doing. Every purse of mine has a nail file in it. But I'm trying to remember what event. I can't remember what event it was, but my nail snapped and it was down to almost the quick and it was my real nail.
Oh,
And so Carm had to drive me to Walmart to pick up nail glue. So ever since that, I've always traveled with nail glue just in case anyone needs it or if I need it. You just never know.
I also travel with nail glue. I think I actually have some here. I use Glamnetic. And what I like about this one is it's a brush on.
Ah, yes.
So it makes it really easy to use. So speaking of nails, there's things we have to do before conferences. Getting our hair done, getting, like my roots are showing right now. It's time getting our nails done. Mine are like neon green, so it's showing you the background. It's still getting our nails done. Apparently mine are see-through. I don't go to the salon anymore. It was getting too expensive for me to go get my fingers and my toes done every trip, and I know there are women that do that swear by it, that do it all the time. Great. I don't have the patience to sit there while someone else does my nails anymore. I am a high D, if you know disc profiles. Like, I just don't have the patience. And I don't love having fake nails on. I'm getting used to it. But so I started using glue-ons. And I use these Glamnetics. And I used to hate glue-ons because they would pop off like the day you put them on, right? Or they'd be really flimsy. These are not. These are thick. They last for like at least a week and a half, if not 2 weeks. So I always travel and then I bring the extras with me. So if one falls off and I don't find it, to re-glue back on, or if one breaks, I have a backup. And then I do my toes myself now too. So I bought like the lamp, the gel light lamp, and
Okay.
the polish, and I do it myself. And then usually I will bring a little mini version of the lamp that I got and the bottle of nail polish with me. So if my toes chip or something, if I'm on a long trip, like if I'm only gone for 3 or 4 days, I usually don't. But if I'm gonna be gone for like a week, I'll bring that with in case, that's the worst. Like when your one toenail polish comes off and you're wearing sandals the whole trip and it's just like
Oh, yeah.
glaringly not there. Yeah.
I wear gel nails. My nails are real. And I discovered using gel polish on toenails was a game changer, like you said, because you get done at the salon, you go in your car, your foot accidentally brushes up against your car, and then that's it. So, well, we're really basically marketing ourselves as like, I don't know, like a spa. Like we could transform anyone. Like we'll glam anyone at a conference. If anyone needs help, something happens, please let us know. We probably have some sort of a tool to MacGyver whatever you need done.
Definitely. Band-Aids is one. So I'm very particular about the Band-Aids. And I call these ones magic Band-Aids. They're the Band-Aid brand, but I think they're called like Hydro Clear or something like that. And they, like, if you have a cut, they'll turn white where the infection is, but I don't use them for that. I use them to avoid getting blisters because they're nice and thick and they stay on your skin really well. And they're super, super sticky. Like you can see, that's what it looks like.
Okay.
So if I'm wearing shoes that rub the back of my heels, I don't wait to get a blister to put these on. I'm already wearing these first day of the conference, first day of my trip. These are amazing. And yes, I
Wow.
have every purse, every backpack has them in it. I think they're even marketed as blister Band-Aids. I wish I could remember what they're actually called. I couldn't find the box for them, but they're like in a blue kind of shiny box.
Okay.
They're not the normal Band-Aids, but they're by the regular Band-Aids. And my friends and I call them magic Band-Aids. We use them for everything. So they're pretty awesome.
The Napa Now event is a national ownership workshop for our valued Auto Care members centered around business building training from industry leaders. Now, it's not just about owning a shop, it's about owning your future. Join Napa April 15th through the 17th, 2025 at the Venetian Resort in the heart of Las Vegas, known for its vibrancy, energy, and entrepreneurial spirit. At the event, ignite growth through business building masterclasses from leaders across multiple industries focused on expanding business opportunities. Now, master class topics include future-proofing your business, mastering emerging technologies for growth, leadership dynamics, inspiring, engaging, and driving success, shifting tides, understanding evolving consumer behaviors and your bottom line, and young leaders' lasting legacies, mastering succession planning for future growth. Foster collaboration with other like-minded Napa Auto Care members and store owners. Stop at supplier studios for training, visit Auto Care vendor partners, and finally, join us in celebrating 100 years of Napa Auto Parts, along with kicking off the next 100 years of partnership. There will also be exclusive giveaways. There are many incentive opportunities to offset the cost of this trip, including Auto Care program earnbacks, and beginning in October, earn up to $1,500 with pre-show supplier training to prepare for the supplier studio training sessions. The Napa Now event is a national ownership workshop for our valued Auto Care members, centered around business building training from industry leaders. Now, it's not just about owning a shop, it's about owning your future. Join Napa April 15th through the 17th, 2025 at the Venetian Resort in the heart of Las Vegas, known for its vibrancy, energy, and entrepreneurial spirit. Get ready to grow, connect, and celebrate. This is an exclusive event limited to the first 2,000 Auto Care members. Packages are going fast. If you're interested in attending, contact your servicing Napa store or Napa salesperson.
I have on my list allergy pills and allergy eye drops as well, because you don't know where you're going sometimes, and you never know when allergies are going to pop up. So that's something I always bring just in case.
That's not on my list, but it should be. You know what else is lip balm, chapstick, something like that, especially going down to the southern states. My lips get so dry when I'm in Phoenix or Vegas, or it's just, yeah. And I think even too, just being in a hotel, like the air is so dry.
Yeah, I mean, every time I go to Vegas, I feel like I don't really have to take off my makeup because it just absorbs in. It's gone. It's gone by 4 p.m. Oh, I also have a mini sewing kit. I have always traveled with that, and some hotels, you have little amenities and you have they will offer like a little mini travel sewing kit. Please grab them, take them. I probably have like 5 extra because you never know when you need that. So that is definitely something to keep in your travel bag. You never know when a button on a blazer is coming off or you get a hole somewhere. It's a lot easier if you can just sew it up and handle it right there.
I literally wish I would have had one with me a couple weekends ago. We were at a music festival. I had a dress that I brought, planned to wear it, pulled it out, went to put it on, and there was like the seam on the back. There was like a hole like this big. And I was like, I know if I wear this, it's gonna, just get bigger. And I ended up just wearing it as a skirt and putting a t-shirt over it. But had I had a sewing kit, I could have just wore the dress. Speaking of taking makeup off, I use a makeup eraser. Have you ever used one of these?
I've seen them. I haven't used them, so I'm really excited to learn about them.
They're amazing. They are, because they're reusable, so you don't have to keep buying makeup wipes that you're throwing away. So good for the environment. You just get it wet. All you need is water, and it takes makeup off. It takes I wear a particular lipstick that is like a super stay, doesn't budge, and usually I'm like scrubbing to get it off. This gets it off. This gets everything off.
Oh, is there something in the fabric that makes it like or is it just a washcloth with a cute handle?
It feels like it's a particular kind of fabric. Like it's definitely has more fibers in it, I'm guessing.
You still use a makeup remover product?
No, I use this in water. That's it. And then I'll use a face wash just to wash my face, but to get the makeup off.
And it'll take off like mascara and eyeliner?
Yeah. Yeah. And I got a whole little, I bought a kit of them. But yeah, you just wash them when you wash your towels, throw them in with your towels, and good to go.
I'm going to have to look that up because I have seen them, but I'm like, isn't it just a washcloth?
It's magic.
This one I learned the hard way. So traveling, we have a cell phone that we travel with all the time. I fell into the trap where I traveled and I did not bring the brick charger where the USB goes in. And I just brought the long cord because most hotels have the charging port on a lamp or just a separate unit on the wall. Of course, I am in a hotel room that has none of that. I don't have my charger brick with me. Luckily, though, the back of the old TV had a USB port. So I had my phone running from the back of the TV. So I would say, please bring the entire charger with you, the cord and the brick, because you just never know if the hotel you're staying at does not have the ports in the lamp to charge your phone.
Definitely, definitely. I also bring a little, I don't have it, I thought I had it here with me, but I don't, but like a little power bank, that you
Okay,
can
yeah.
plug into if your phone is dying and you're on an airplane that doesn't have charging ports on it. They can come in handy. So I've been in that situation where I've definitely had to stop at a CVS and pick up the base because I didn't bring it.
The base.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say, the base.
Yeah, the base.
Well,
Or plug into my computer.
speaking of airplanes, so Matt Fonzo actually was the one that introduced me to noise canceling headphones. I think we were at maybe Vegas for the Napa Expo. And once I experienced noise canceling headphones, I was in. But he had said, listen, you're never going to fly the same again, because when you have them on the noise canceling level 10, you really are able to drown out the engine noise and also any screaming children. So I would say 10 out of 10 would definitely recommend, if you travel a lot on planes, to have that. It makes it a lot easier to sleep and also just to tune out and maybe get some work done too.
I'm going to need you to send me a link for those because that sounds amazing. And I struggle with headphones on the plane. So, like the earbuds that go in your ear, first of all, I hate those. My ears must just be strange because they never stay in. But I wear earplugs on the airplane, not to block out noise, but because I have a lot of inner ear issues. Like I get vertigo very easily. Sometimes my ears is really hard to pop. And I discovered this product called Earplanes, and they're these little earplugs that look kind of like a spiral. And you put them in, and your ears, you don't experience that pop in the airplane. It sounds more like Rice Krispies in your ear a little bit. Like you can tell when the pressure's getting, but there's no like pop. And so I love those. And now because I wear those, I haven't really been wearing headphones. I have these, but they have a cord, and my phone doesn't have a cord, and so I need to get a nice wireless headphone that I can keep those earplugs in, and having noise not be there would be amazing. So I definitely need those.
It's a game changer for sure. All right, the last kind of on my list of things I wanted to go over was, as we're talking about the actual art of traveling, is your luggage. And why is that important? I've had the same luggage for 20 years, Tracy. I don't need a new one. They're so expensive. All right, well, first of all, if you're traveling like us, you go through luggage no matter what. It's what happens. You see all the videos of how they're handling your luggage on the plane. Something that I learned is the wheels on your luggage are so, so important. So first of all, if you have a piece of luggage, there's only 2 wheels on it. What you do is you grab it, walk over to the nearest trash can and throw it out. Don't do it. Stop doing it, because if you don't have the 4 wheels, you're pulling it. It hurts your back. I'm telling you, it's just not worth it, okay? Make sure you get the luggage with the 4 wheels. Now,
When you're saying
with
4 wheels, you're saying like the 2 wheels on each wheel, right? Like a double.
4 wheels, but you're right, Sarah. With each wheel, there should be 2 wheels per wheel, because I'm telling you, the directional movement that you have with the luggage, you need the wheels that have the double kind
The
of layer
spinner.
to them, the spinner
Yeah.
ones. It
Yeah.
will make a difference.
I was doing a Snapchat video one day when I needed a new computer bag, and I had gotten a couple different options in. I ordered some because I wasn't sure if my computer was going to fit or if I was going to like them. And Tracy responded to me and was like, that doesn't have double wheels. You need to send that back. None of those are good. And I'm like, none of them are good. And she was right. So I got the one that has the 4 wheels with the double wheels, and it is the best computer bag I've ever had. I absolutely love it. So the wheels matter.
They definitely matter. While we're kind of talking about airports and airplanes, so what kind of traveler are you? Are you a traveler like my dad? His ideal situation of going to the airport is he is arriving at the airport as his plane is leaving, because he wants to be able to just jump on and land somewhere in the plane and like crawl in. Me, I'm totally the opposite. I am that person that has to be at the airport 3 hours before the plane leaves. I need to be able to visually see my gate. I need to check to make sure I'm going to the right city. I just have to be there. I also travel with not only on my cell phone the ticket, but also a printout as well, because I'm always convinced my cell phone's going to die. It's going to drop somewhere. I'm going to lose it. I'm not going to be able to get on the plane. So I am not, as you can see, a really calm traveler. But when I'm with Carm, it makes it difficult because we both have two different times we want to get to the airport.
I would say I'm in the middle of you guys. So I fly out of a pretty small airport, not a teeny tiny airport, but a pretty small airport. And I typically like to get there about an hour, hour and a half before my flight. I'm pre check. It takes me 2 minutes to get through. So I don't really feel the need to be there super early, but I kind of have my routine I like to do. There's a little coffee house I like to go to. So I do like to get there. And if I'm checking bags, I think I need to be there 45 minutes before the flight anyway. So I always want to give myself time to make sure I can check my bags. And then as far as the boarding pass, I don't do paper at all. I don't print the internet. I keep it on my phone. I kind of figure if for some reason it doesn't come up on my phone, there's attendants that'll print me one if I really need one. I don't. But my husband likes to have the paper one. He likes to, and I think because it's on my phone, like if something happens, we get separated, he wants to have his own. So I get that. Like I get wanting to have that, but that doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, I'm kind of about hour and a half before. I don't like to be there too early, but I do like to do a little people watching or read a book for a little bit, that kind of stuff. Something else about traveling, airplanes, airports, have a really good water bottle.
Mm-hmm.
This is a brewmate. They call this one the Era. I have a lot of different brewmates. This will keep your drinks cold for like days. I will get to a hotel and put ice in this, and there will still be ice in it 2 days later. And also this one has a thing on the top where you can spin it, because I have to have a straw. Like I'm a straw person, but you can spin this. There is water in here right now, and it is now spill proof. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah. So like when I'm on the plane, because this is kind of big, like it'll just be like on my side or something, or if I have it in the pocket or whatever, or I throw it right in my backpack and I don't have to worry about it spilling. So I
love that. Thank you for bringing that up, because that is also a hack that I have discovered, is to bring, obviously you can't bring liquids through TSA, but bring it empty and keep it with you at conferences, because most conferences, the training rooms, the banquets, breakfast, lunch, they have giant vats of water. And it's a lot easier to fill up a water bottle and to have that with you than to spend $10 at the hotel lobby to buy water. So that is a hack that I know I need to do a better job at, because I'm terrible at hydrating. I'm glad you brought up pre-check, because that is a game changer. In my mind, I don't know why, I thought like going through pre-check was going to be a very like aggressive background check, and it was going to be a lot of paperwork and interview and all of that. It is nothing like that. You pay $85. You have to get fingerprinted once. It takes 20 minutes. If you travel, I don't care if you travel once a year, get it. It makes a huge difference. You don't have to take off your shoes. You don't take off your belt. It's a lot easier to breeze in and out. So I would say 100% on pre-check. Verdict is still out on the whole clear thing. I was
going to ask you about that. Yeah, I don't know much about clear. That.
I just know those attendants are always there alone. And so I don't even see people like doing clear, but I would say pre-check is definitely a must have. Just make your travel easier, and also get your family on board with that as well. Everyone in your family should have pre-check, so you don't have to go, one person has to go alone and through security.
Yeah, for sure. Especially my airport, the pre-check and the regular lines are on opposite sides of the airport. They're not even next to each other. So it's kind of interesting. Also, what I was going to say is most airports have somewhere where you can fill up your water bottle too. So you don't have to buy a water bottle at the airport. Like just reuse it. Again, eco-friendly. We're not using all that single-use plastic, right?
Okay.
The millennial in me.
I have one more thing on my desk that I did want to show. So this is a kind of a test to see how jewelry, if anyone has any jewelry hacks. So I have a jewelry travel kind of pouch zipper thing. I also have another one that's a little bit smaller. I still am not finding my flow with traveling with jewelry, but the one time I did order from Amazon, just, $9.99 a set of 14 earrings. They came in this little pane window. It's like you can like push it through. I think it's more for like crafts, but it opens up and you're able to put your jewelry in it, and then when it closes, they stay where they are, so they're not moving around all the place. So I bought a couple of these size ones, and I'm gonna see how they travel with my jewelry. But if anyone else has other tips or tricks on jewelry, because necklaces getting tangled, earrings getting tangled, rings, all that. I have a hard time with just finding the right purchase for jewelry traveling.
I got so frustrated with that issue that I just don't travel with, like, I pick one necklace and that's the necklace I'm wearing the whole trip. I do have one thing though about jewelry, and I don't always do this. This is more if I'm going on a trip where I'm maybe going to be on a boat or I'm going to a music festival or going camping, is I have a different ring that I wear. So the one on my pinky is my actual wedding band.
Ah,
The one on my ring finger is a $25 ring I bought on Amazon. They don't look that different, right? Yeah. Like this, definitely more than $25. This is my wedding band. But if I'm going somewhere that I just really don't want to lose it, or it needs to be resized and the stone is a little loose, so I need to bring it in anyway. So I've been wearing the fake one a lot more lately. But yeah. Or people have those like silicone ones too that you can wear instead of wearing your actual jewelry.
don't ask me about the silicone one. I'm sorry, I'm going to offend a lot of people. I am just not a fan of them. I just don't find them attractive on anyone's hand.
I don't like them either. But that's why I'm like, I'll wear a $25 ring that looks pretty similar to my ring versus... Back to the water, though, because I just realized this is on my desk and I didn't talk about it. Liquid IV. This, for me, when traveling, is a lifesaver. I drink a lot of water. Like, during the day, working from home, I probably drink this at least 2 to 3 times every day, if not more. When you're traveling, you forget. You're busy. You're doing things. And so you get... And especially if you're in... hotels, really dry air, you're getting dehydrated, or if it's really hot out and you're getting dehydrated, just having something like this. There's a lot of other brands that do that have the same thing, but something with electrolytes in it, and also makes your water taste better. So that's a win for me.
I fall victim to leg cramps every single morning at conferences. It'll be like 3 a.m. You know, when you like stretch and you're not awake, but then you get that pain and it wakes you right up. So I am going to try to do a better job. I'm just always operating on a dehydration level to an extreme. Like today, it's almost 3 p.m. Eastern. I technically have not had any water today.
Tracy!
I know. So I had coffee. We had a meeting this morning at 6 a.m. I did have coffee. I did not have any water today. So I'm not doing great, but I'm here to get better.
Yep. She's like, my name is Tracy and I will drink more water. I probably have hand sanitizer in every bag that I own. Also,
and your hand sanitizer always smells really nice too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Travel Kleenex comes in handy. Let's see. Something else I bring with me. This might be a little extra. This is a sound machine, like a travel size sound machine. I struggle with sleeping, especially if there's noises I'm not used to in hotels, or if there's like a repetitive noise. I sleep with the sound machine at home all the time, but this one, it's actually, I think, meant to like clip on a stroller for a baby. But I travel with it and it is a game changer for me. I also bring my own pillow. I bring my own pillow. I don't care if that's extra. I need my own pillow. I need to, if I'm only getting 4 hours of sleep, it needs to be a good 4 hours of sleep.
Now, how do you travel with your pillow? Do you put it in your luggage? Do you put it in like a plastic bag or something?
No, I don't. So my luggage has like zippered, so it opens and then both sides zipper shut. And then I'll put it in between those and like squish it.
Okay.
Yeah. Other thing with packing, I have a little scale because suitcases can get over, 50 pounds very easily. So I always want to make sure
I always do the like, now I kind of feel like I'm a good judge at 50 pounds now, just from going like this. Not from kettlebells, from luggage.
Yeah, I will like put it on the scale and it'll be 49.9 and the people are like, wow. I'm like, yeah, I take advantage of all of that space. Oh, I do have hand sanitizer in here since we were talking about it. I'm trying to think what other goodies I have in here. Oh, sunscreen. This is just like a face, what do they call it? A setting spray, but it has SPF 45 in it. If it's winter and my skin has not seen sun in months and I'm going down to Vegas, I'm going down to Phoenix, I need sunscreen. That's big for me with travel. I also have like the lotion one too. And then when we are walking a lot at conferences, sometimes wearing clothing that might be irritating or wearing dresses and your thighs can kind of get like chafing or irritated. This product, Mega Babe Thigh Rescue, is a lifesaver. This is the best product. I have tried, because I've had this issue for a long time, going to music festivals, wearing dresses when it's hot, and like baby powder isn't it. Like it's not it. Deodorant doesn't do it. This product, this is amazing. So this is Mega Babe.
What is that for? Is it for sweat?
It's for chafing. So it's like, and a lot of times I'll wear shorts under dresses too. So like my skin doesn't, but it's like when you have friction in your skin and it gets irritated. So like sometimes my dress pants aren't the most comfortable. So my skin will get irritated from that if I'm walking a lot, or it just helps with that. So.
And it's like a deodorant, like you kind of.
Yep. Just like a deodorant stick that you put on your inner thighs.
And it goes clear?
It's white, but it doesn't show up white. It looks pretty clear. But like if you got it on clothing, it would look white, like deodorant. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Dry shampoo. Cannot travel without dry shampoo. You just can't. Again, you get that 3 hours of sleep. You wake up and realize you have 20 minutes to be ready. Speaking of hair too, this is something I just started doing recently because if I'm speaking in front of a room, I tend to get very sweaty, like just because I'm not necessarily nervous. I don't know. It just happens, like, or especially if I'm filming something in a studio and they have all those lights on you and it's just you're miserably hot. And my hair is thick and does not hold a curl. So if I try to curl it and go film something, you will notice from the beginning to the end my hair going from like curly to stick straight. So now I either keep it straight or I put it up in a really nice ponytail. But the problem with putting my hair in a ponytail is then this gets all frizzy and like little hairs start to stick out. So I found this hair wax.
Oh, okay.
And I really like it because it smooths. If I have a high ponytail, it smooths everything down. It keeps it in place. The only thing is your hair feels really gross. Like, so you definitely want to wash it after. But if you know you're going to have a long day, if you're filming something or just, put it up, especially like being out, like being in the booth all day and just not wanting that crazy frizzy hair situation. Yeah. This one you might think is kind of strange that I travel with. Magic erasers.
Oh, that's smart.
So, and I will tell you why I bring them is a lot of times I'm bringing shoes like this, but they can end up looking like that. And the magic eraser makes them look like that. I bring magic erasers. If I'm motivated to work out while I'm traveling, I do not like to go to the gym. I don't want to be down there and like see somebody who was in my class the day before and I'm down there in leggings and a sports bra, like just not my vibe to be in the public gym at a hotel. But I will bring these like loops, and because they go in the suitcase nice and easy and you can do stuff with them.
Nice.
I usually bring them and don't use them. I always travel with, oh boy, snacks. I have this little snack bag. And so this goes in my backpack on the plane. It goes in my computer bag if I'm going to be in a booth at the conference all day. And usually it just has like protein bars, some liquid IV, trail mix. Like there's Tylenol in here, but like just all the things in one nice, easy to grab that I can, whatever bag I'm taking with me, I can just grab this, throw it in there. If I don't need it, I don't use it. That's fine, but at least it's there. And actually I was at a conference, I was at a booth and the lady in the booth next to me, her and I were talking, and she had this crazy day with her flights and stuff got canceled and she hadn't gotten to eat and she was starving and they had food there, but she was like, oh, I'm celiac. I can't have gluten. I can't have this. I can't have that. And I was like, oh, and I had these little made good granola ball things. And I was like, are these? And she's like, oh my God, I can have those. And I was like, here, have them, And so you just might save somebody else with your snack bag.
Saving lives one snack at a time.
One snack at a time.
Yes, important work. Not all.
So if you need Band-Aids or snacks, Tracy and I have you covered.
Or nail glue, or
nail glue. Yeah. Yep. Let's talk about how we pack a little bit, because you definitely have a different method than I do.
Yes. I have a different method, but the more I learn about your method, I like your method, so I may dabble in that for the next conference. So I have really used a lot of these travel, I don't know what you call them.
Cubes? Packing cubes?
Travel cubes.
Yeah.
And so this one is cute because it's pink, and it has the zipper where you can expand it, kind of like a luggage does. So I have these, they come in different sizes. I got those on Amazon. But then I also discovered it's actually a lot easier when you have the travel cubes that have the mesh, so you can see what is in them. So what I do is I have probably 4 that I travel with, and I have them separated by work clothes, non-work clothes, pajamas or pants, shirts. I separate them like that. And then that way, when I get to the hotel, I just grab all the cubes, I lay them all out, and then I keep them separate to make it a little easier. Also, what I tend to do is I bring like a garbage bag. And so any dirty clothes I put in the garbage bag as I'm in the hotel. So at the end, I now know what is dirty and what is not. When I get home, I just have a garbage bag of clothes that then I know what I need to do for laundry. So instead of sorting through what's dirty and what's clean, that's kind of what I've done.
You just reminded me of something I should have grabbed for this, and I can't think of where it is right now, but I have a laundry bag that like zips up into like a little square, and it's a reusable one, and you unzip it, and then it's a laundry bag. So I definitely travel with that. The thing with the packing cubes that I can't get behind is I can't get myself past the you're adding more into the suitcase. So how is it saving me space? But as you're explaining it, I'm like, that would be good for things that I don't hang. And maybe I should get those for all the things that go into the dresser drawers. Everything I hang, I keep it on hangers in my suitcase. Like I get the flat kind of velvety hangers that don't take up a ton of space. And so when my suitcase is kind of open flat like this, the one that my pillow doesn't go in, the other suitcase, because of course I have two checked bags. And I'll like hook it on one side. And then so when it folds, like my clothes are still on hangers folded in there. I don't know if that really makes sense, but and then when I get there, all I have to do is pick the chunk of hangers up and throw them in the closet, and it's nice and easy, and they don't get as wrinkly. They still get wrinkly, but so yeah, I think I might order some packing cubes and do that just with the things that aren't on hangers.
I think I might put some clothes on hangers, and because I'm just adding an extra step, I then take clothes that I know need to be hung, and then I go and I stock the closet in the hotel room with all their hangers, and I do it. So I'm doing it twice. So
Right.
I am going to take that and use that for my next travel adventure.
And I was just thinking that sounds contradictive, that I'm like, well, the packing cubes take up more space, but so do my hangers, right? The hangers take up more space too.
And it's really not space. It's more just like organization.
Yeah. And it's nice to have my own hangers that aren't sliding off the wooden hangers, you know. I very much enjoyed that, and then I don't have to worry about if there's enough hangers, or it's all good. So, yeah.
Well, and while we're talking about clothes, this is also a topic that you and I have discussed in length, because first couple conferences I go to with Carm, I'm like, okay, well, what do I need to bring? Oh, just what you have that, it's fine. Okay, well, do I need anything for like the evening? I wear what I wear during the day. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I go to my first conference. Oh, there's a banquet. I probably would have worn something different, Dad. Oh, there's a women's dinner. I probably would have brought like a cute outfit to wear. So if you're going to your first conference, some tips is bring layers. I don't care if you're going to Arizona or Buffalo, New York in February. It's going to be the same temperature in the hotel, 52 degrees. You are going to be cold. So bring a lot of layers that you can put on and also take off if you do get hot. Also, I would say I live in my heated vest for majority of the conferences. That's also on
Really?
Amazon. Yes, because a lot of times when we're in different rooms or training rooms or the podcast room, it's so cold. I have a heated vest that I always wear. And then I would say, just as a general rule, if you're a woman going to a conference and this is your first one, bring a couple different style outfits for dinners, for banquets. Now, we're not saying you have to dress up and it's a black tie event at these conferences. They are not. But you know what? Take the opportunity to put on a cute outfit that you have saved up and feel good about yourself and be, professional. We always talk about on the podcast elevating professionalism. So kind of, look the part if you want to help elevate this industry. We're not saying you have to be wearing this or wearing that, but I think we can step our game up a little bit. So you and I kind of have like a pact on being dressy up girlies.
We do. And for me too, a lot of it is, it's not about how I appear to other people. It's about how I feel. And when I'm wearing that, that one blazer that makes me feel really good and really confident, or that dress that I feel really good in, I carry myself differently. I feel better. I feel more confident, especially if I'm speaking to a room full of people. I need to make sure I'm not wearing something that I feel is too tight, or that I'm going to fidget with, or that I'm going to put my hands in the pockets, or, so I think about a lot of those things when I'm choosing my clothes. Is how is this going to look when I'm speaking? I'll even practice my presentations in what I think I'm going to wear to make sure that it's not something I'm going to play with a lot. When I'm getting ready to go to a conference, I will look at the schedule ahead of time, right? So I know, is there an event on this day? Is there a dinner? And I kind of plan for that. Like, is this a more casual dinner? Is this a more fancy, place? What kind of stuff do I need to bring? But then I also bring a couple extra, because you don't know when you get invited to that last minute dinner or that last minute breakfast, or, you end up going down to Fremont Street on Halloween. You need a Halloween costume, or I always pack a swimsuit too. I very rarely ever use it, but I always have it on the rare chance that I might go hang out by the pool, if I ever get time to do that someday. But it's just having those options. And also, what I felt good in on Monday, I might not feel good in on Wednesday. And it's a whole thing that and I'll even think, I'll consciously think about clothes I'm wearing leading up to conference season and be like, oh, I really like how this looks. I feel good in this, and make a mental note of, I should wear this to this event, or I should wear this to that dinner. And then as far as the women's events go, I think that's where we really kind of have our pact to make sure we're a little sparkly or a little dressed up. Or was it it was Vision, I think we did
Vision.
The women's, and we were like, we're going to wear really bright lipstick. And we ended up going to a Whataburger all dolled up in our heels and our bright lipstick. And we just had the best time ever. So yeah, we, have a little fun too with your clothes. I tend to wear a lot of neutrals. Like, that's just the vibe I live in. But I like to have sparkle. I like to still have personality, and it's just, when I first started going to conferences, I felt, being Bill's daughter, and my dad always dresses very nice shoes, suits, coats, the whole 9 yards. And I kind of felt this, oh, I need to look really put together. And so I had a couple dresses that were more professional looking, and shoes that looked really nice but were super uncomfortable. And I just found out that not feeling like me made me so much more insecure, when I'm far more comfortable in maybe a nice pair of jeans and a cute top, or a flowy hippie dress. Like, that's my normal, what I would wear at home anyway. And just dressing as who I am makes me far more comfortable than trying to fit this mold of what I thought I had to look like or present like. And it's just, whatever your style is, that's great. Just embrace it and make sure you're comfortable. Because if you pack clothes that you're not comfortable in, it's going to be a rough experience.
I also feel like changing into a different outfit, even if it's a t-shirt and jeans after 12 hours of being on the show floor or presenting or podcast recording, it almost gives you a second wind. Like, okay, you're putting on a different outfit. It feels different. And I'm also like that with shoes. You had mentioned you travel with shoes. When I can, I will travel with an entire luggage of shoes. I do not wear all of them. It's a problem. I understand that. But like you said, there have been times where I've had to change my shoes midday because these are not cutting it. And just changing your shoe can help. So like we said, bring options, because these are long days. So we joke that we don't get any sleep, but we really don't, because most keynotes start at 7 a.m., sometimes 8. And then the trade show, the conference training usually goes until 5 o'clock. Then you usually have a dinner. Then after dinner, it's usually another event. And then before you know it, it's midnight. We're turning into pumpkins. So I would say bring your options so you can change if you need to. I don't know how men travel with like one pair of underwear, one pair of shoes, one pair of pants, one pair of
more than that.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh man, that just went to an uncomfortable place. No, but they do, like, they have just the same outfit in different colors, right? So they don't have to worry about, they don't have to worry about how it feels or how it's going to look, because it's all the same. It's just in a different color or a different pattern or a different tie,
Plus, we have underwear that we have to coincide with what color fabric we are wearing. It is what it is. So we have to do a lot.
Yep, it is. And so, yeah, the shoes, I pack a lot of shoes as well. And I just bought this brand Atrex, and it has a really nice arch support in it. So this conference season is gonna be my first time trying them out to see if I like it or not. But I keep my dudes in my computer bag. So if I'm wearing like cute shoes, I always have a pair of dudes in my bag that if I need to switch into something comfortable. And then I bring some slides to wear around the hotel because you're at the hotel and you just want to go get ice, or you want to go to get a soda from the machine, but you don't want to put heels on when you're in your like comfy clothes to walk down there and get ice. And you don't want to take the time to put on socks and tennis shoes. So I do bring slides with me so I can just slip them on and and then if I do end up going down to the pool, I have them for that too. But oh, that's what I was going to say about us being up so late. We could go to sleep earlier and skip some of the events, but we don't get to see each other very often. And we've made some really good friends in this industry. And it's like, we just want to take all the time that we have to spend with each other. And it's great. And I think that these conferences fuel us for the rest of the year, like getting to spend time with you and the rest of our industry and getting to soak up knowledge from other people. And it's just, we can sit here and complain about all the stress of the travel and all the things that we need to bring and all the walking and the shoes and the this and the that. But really, when it comes down to it, this time of year is our favorite because it really is the fuel that keeps us going the rest of the year. It's the adrenaline that we get from doing this. I mean, I think I'm home one weekend in the month of either September or October. There's one month here where I'm gone almost every single weekend. And could I do that all year? No. But doing it now, it's just, I don't know. I love it. I absolutely love it. So this isn't complaining about all the things that we need, but hopefully giving, our tips and tricks and things that we've learned to help you out at conferences. Something else I had sitting in front of me to remind me was business cards. So many times I will meet somebody and I want to remember them and I'll ask for a business card and they're like, oh, they're in my hotel room, or, oh, I don't have them on me. Keep some business cards in your wallet, in your purse. If you've got a name badge at a conference, keep a stack in that little pouch behind the name badge. And I also put my face on mine because then people kind of, do you get business cards from people and then you're looking at it and you're like, oh, who was this? So I'll write notes on the back of them, sometimes, but.
Do your business cards, are you the one that has something about about dogs?
Yeah. Oh, these are my old ones, so they're not on here. But my new ones on the back, it has like a list of all the things that I do. So it's like talent acquisitor, social media manager, XYZ expert, something like that. And then it also says concert goer, craft beer connoisseur, dog lover, just a little bit of personality. And I feel like that, if we do have another podcast and talk about networking, but that gives somebody somewhere to start. It's like, oh, you like craft beer. What's your favorite what breweries do you like to go to? Or what concerts do you go to? Or what kind of dogs do you have? It's just, it gives a little bit of who I am. And I stole that from my best friend who lives in New York and he does theater, and his business card said vodka drinker on it. And I was like, why do you put that on your business card? And he was like, because then a lot of times when he's networking with people, it is at bars. He's like, they know what drink to buy you. And it's just kind of like a fun conversation starter. And I was like, oh, that's so funny. So I was like, I'm going to put something about being a craft beer drinker. And so I kind of included some other stuff, but yeah.
Is that Josh?
No, that's Kyle.
Kyle. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, Sarah, holy smokes. We have burned an hour talking about products for traveling, but yes, we will do a podcast on networking at events. If this seems too overwhelming for you, please do not let it. This is just us being a little extra. We travel a lot. We wanted to share things that we've learned from each other, but truly the main point of this podcast is get to conferences, get to training, get outside of the four walls that you are living in. We can say all day long, it's so fun, we have such a great time, but until you experience it and start meeting other people around the country that are in similar situations that you are in, that face similar challenges, it really does open your world up completely. And it certainly has opened my world up. So really how I view conferences now is conferences really they make learning fun. And I know that's probably odd for adults, like, oh, adult learning, who wants to spend their time doing that? You could just be on TikTok. But truly, adult learning is important through every stage of our life. and learning about new things, getting excited about things, meeting other people. All of that is really going to help you personally and professionally. So please get to conferences. If you don't know what conferences to go to, email us. I'll put our email addresses in the show notes. Email us, and we'll be happy to just give you a rundown of the conferences we attend or that we know of, and we will certainly help steer you into a direction to get training and education.
And if you're there and you see us, come say hi to us. I used to be so intimidated and so afraid to talk to people that I had seen on your podcast or instructors that I really look up to. Come talk to us. We love getting to meet people. And like I said, that's what fuels us through the year. And we, maybe you've got some packing tips for us that we, we need to learn, or just anything. Come chat with us.
All right, Sara. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a wonderful friend and for having a Snapchat journey with me as we are talking about traveling stuff all the time. As a PSA, Sara and I are co-teaching at ASTA, and we are so excited to do that. So it's coming up in September. I'm going to try to release this before conference season really rolls out. So I can't thank you enough for allowing me this opportunity to work with you professionally and to be on stage with you. I mean, that's just not something I would have ever thought about or thought I was capable of doing, but I haven't done it yet. So we will, if you don't see a part two, I didn't make it through the training class.
It's going to be amazing. She's going to do phenomenal. We did a virtual class together, a smaller version of this, and it was fantastic. Plus, here's a little plug for Toastmasters. We've both grown a lot and learned a lot the past year or so being involved in the Toastmasters group, which Tracy is now Madam President of. So if you want information on Toastmasters, reach out to her. We'll get you in. And I think that that's been a huge thing in boosting your confidence and getting you ready for this. And you're hosting a podcast right now. You always tell me you're just going to be the color commentary. Like, no, girl, you are running the show. You are amazing. I am just happy to be able to co-teach with you and happy to call you my friend. And I just absolutely love every time we get to chat with each other or work together on something. This doesn't feel like work right now. Like, this just feels like we're just having a conversation like we do every day anyway.
Yes, except we're just doing it on a recorded session. If you
This is how we tell this is how we tell our dads we work today.
Yes, exactly. This is proof that we did work. If you do want to hear more about what we talk about every single day, that may not be published. That'll have to be something separate. Well, thank you so much, Sara. I can't wait to see you next month. And I can't wait to also grab some of the products that you were showing, because some of those I haven't dabbled in yet. And so I really appreciate you bringing your ideas to the podcast.
Thank you. And I appreciate the opportunity to be able to share this, and hopefully it helps some people out.
Okay. Well, I'll see you next month.
Yes.